Kotaro? He associated with foreign criminals. I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her.
And this is punishable by death, or worse?
That it is. These wicked sorts overrun the gullet and corrupt the Raparu. Our justice must be swift and firm. Hers is the first house you come to. Just there. You will probably find her there. To the old city, Kira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep.
How can you consign your fellow woman or man to this fate?
We punish only those who cause trouble. Begging your pardon for my tone, sir. The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates. Kira, it is a cancer in the gullet. A place of criminals and their foul dealings. And I cannot fathom for what anyone but a criminal would ask of it. Are you mad or merely lost? That place is a punishment for the lowest sort. Go and explore someplace with pleasant views and fresh air. The harbor, or Periki's overlook. It's your neck, Kira. We will leave the lift down there for half a day. That should be enough time to come back to your senses. After that, you are on your own. The guard will let you pass, though I urge you to reconsider.
I'm on it. I see your plan.
The Overseer says you can go below.
City beneath the city beneath the city. Each layer of Nekataka is more... This is the gullet? I had not realized. The Mataru are supposed to take care of those below. This does not resemble care to me. Let us go on. Captain, thank you. I needed this.
Was taking Bataro not enough for you? Bataro is gone. Dead. What more do you want? Forgive me. I thought you were with the guards who took him. Other casts never visit here. Do the gods pay a visit to mock my misfortune? Or is Sacred Stair overcrowded?
Forgive the intrusion. We were just leaving. That is, giving you space to grieve.
So many crowd into the gullet, and you worry about space. My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away? Vataro is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks. More words. They did not save him, and we cannot eat them. I say, what good are they then? The traders say they bring riches in their big ships. But what reaches the gullet? Only crime and sickness, I say. That is only the start. The Rowatayans promise marvels, strong walls, and plenty for all. Akira, still my back aches from building their fort, and still I live here. And Bataro said we would finally leave. I heard a Rowatayan captain took up at the tavern. Suduzo, they call her. They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers. Bataro went and found her in the tavern. Next I see him, the guards are dragging him to the cage. Many ships leave from Queen's Birth, but the Valiants take slaves. They say the Principe smuggle goods in the caverns below, but I cannot trust such people. But the Rowatayans have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there. Everyone knows the Rowatayans are made of brass. They listen only to their commanders. But still, maybe it goes different for you. Bataro took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks, when he went to bargain with the captain. I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Bataro. Or in someone else's pocket. Suduzo. They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers. But she threw Bataro out. Always Bataro was careful with his words, especially as a Raparu. But a Raparu in Nekataka gives offense just by breathing the air of his betters. I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer, it is a big and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself. Perhaps, please help him if you can. Or bring me news if you cannot. We are 6, 3 children, 2 babes, and me. Such a strange question. A Raparu child is the child of all Raparu. At least that is the way in the village where Bataro and me came from. But here, we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children. We are 6, 3 children, 2 babes, and me. My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away? I tell you, I do not know where it is, and I am sure it would be little to someone like you. After what happened, Bataro would sooner have thrown it into the waters than given it to the Mataru or the Rowatayans. If it is anywhere, it is surely with his body. Never! That is the surest way to get the attention of the Overseer. I hear it is somewhere in the Narrows. It is possible Anoi knows. He has lived here longer than any. His hut is just along the walkway to the southwest. Never! That is the surest way to get the attention of the Overseer. I hear it is somewhere in the Narrows. It is possible Anoi knows. He has lived here longer than any. One day, the Mataru will descend on Delver's Road to clean out the thieves and pirates. Stay away from it.
They took him. For what? Bataro's the 2nd this month.
And they say the pittings aren't increasing. Do they lie to themselves or just to us? At this rate, who'll be
Traveler,
left to suffer the
have you any
Mataru's
food?
ire?
Surely you've a scrap to spare.
The Queen calls these rations. Does she expect the Raparu to subsist on garbage? Akira, there is not.
Dawnstar may be able to help. What say?
Help how?
Poison me? Akira, no thanks.
I'll have it.
Got nothing here worth selling or stealing. You best be on your way. Nothing a little ginger root and some bed rest won't cure. Please, let me be. That's not... Wait, you're the one someone in the other Dawnstar's been talking about. In that case, maybe there is. There's some sick Raparu in the back. Not much I can do for them now besides keep them comfortable and hidden.
This is hardly a proper sanitarium. But at least they are isolated from others.
It's better than leaving them to wander the district. I can give them a dignified death because they've got Drowner's lung. Spreads like gossip and kills even faster. A gift from the Valians. Fills your lungs with fluid. Gets you coughing all the time, trying to clear them. One of my patients coughed so hard, she broke a rib. Eventually, it gets so bad, you can't hack it out. You just lie there, struggling for breath, until you choke on your own phlegm. I heard some Raparu had gotten sick, so I brought them here to care for them. City healers don't come down here.
The Raparu have no healers of their own?
These people are laborers and fishers. Many aren't even Kahanga. Wound up here after raiders and slavers tore their own tribes apart. Anyway, I realized what was wrong when I heard the rattle in their chests, the way they gasped for air. Only cure is an elixir made with pine seed oil. It costs a lot, though not nearly as much as an epidemic. Still, if news of this outbreak gets out, these poor souls will get tossed into the old city. No one with any money in Nekataka spends it on the Raparu. You can get nearly anything on Delver's Row. Only trouble is finding it and paying for it. Unfortunately, the children of the Dawnstars don't have many connections in this part of town. But I bet you could find someone at the tavern who knows where Delver's Row is. Criminal types like to wet their throats after a long day of lying, cheating, and stealing. About the only honest one. The Raparu here are treated like garbage. Even made to eat garbage from that scrap heap opposite the lift. And Dario and his Principe scum took advantage of the neglect down here to set up the black market on Delver's Row. He runs most of the criminal mischief that goes on here. Some say he's an old Valian traditionalist. Some say he's a thug with good taste. Either way, I steer clear of him. All the while, the gullet gets more crowded as tribes from the other islands come to Nekataka. Some are driven from their homes by pirates, raiders, even trading company thugs. Others hear stories of the foreign wealth pouring into the city. What they don't realize is most of it flows between the foreigners and the palace. As best we can. Most of us came from Raed Saris after the Vorlis plot and the Saints' War. Or we were born to families that did. We remember what it's like to scrape by. Some days, I think maybe this is why Aethys brought us to Deadfire. Some other days, I'm too damn tired. About the only honest one. The Reparu here are treated like garbage. Even made to eat garbage from that scrap heap opposite the lift. And Dario and his Principe scum took advantage of the neglect down here to set up the black market on Delver's Road. All the while, the gullet gets more crowded as tribes from the other islands come to Nekataka. Some are driven from their homes by pirates, raiders, even trading company thugs. Others hear stories of the foreign wealth pouring into the city. What they don't realize is most of it flows between the foreigners and the palace. That's what Dario and his people say. They recruit Reparu to sneak things from the docks, report on meetings between traders. I can't blame the Reparu. Not when the alternative is eating from a trash pile. But I don't trust these Principe any more than I do the trading companies. And whenever the city authorities finally crack down, the Reparu will be caught in the middle. Some days, I think maybe this is why Aethys brought us to Deadfire, so we can do some good. Other days, I'm too damn tired.
I'll see to it.
I'll take care of this.
What say you, boy? I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do. I have heard much as well. People speak of your kindness, watcher who chases Aethys. I also hear the Reparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now a watcher comes to the gullet, as Amira has shown me you would.
At least piety can thrive in this dark and unforgiving burrow.
That sea-swept voice. One of Andra's own comes to visit me at last. The Reparo are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly, it is an agony.
Starving? Are the gods so occupied that they cannot see inside the mountain?
This is the Juana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe. And the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all. All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe. The tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least. It is the way of life. The dawn stars would feed us, but the guards forbid them to pervert the order of sharing. There was a man who helped us, a soft-hearted pirate named Ulug. He worked with the Principe captain, Mad Morena, they call her, to bring us food from the black market. But for days now, we've had nothing. Ulug was never late with his shipments, always very conscientious. A good boy. The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulug's shipments, we will surely starve. I am asking you, what else can we do? If you do not know your way to the row, someone at the hole may be able to help you.
Long as it doesn't end up going wrong for the same reasons.
You must find Delva's row, boy. They keep a lift that will take you down to where the pirates play. Surely you'll find Ulug's contact there. If you do not know your way to the row, someone at the hole may be able to help you. Follow the path that Ulug first walked for us. But do not meet his same end. It was as I feared then. Tell me, how did he die? Was it fast, at least? The gullet claims another life, then. Thank you for your honesty, Watcher. Few are there who will deliver bad news in all its sorry truth. Speak, and I will listen. If we cannot convince the Mataru nor the Principe, I believe the Dawn Stars may help us. Peatly is a child of the Dawn Stars, and has become the Gullet's most cherished healer. I believe she would willingly hear your request for charity. I've lived for many years in this Gullet. My skin and bones have withered with each year, twisted harder, so that the Reparo now call me Taki Takiri. Though you can see, I am not very big or much sturdy. If a dispute arises within the Gullet, I will see it resolved. That I can promise you. You mean the black market that lies nestled in the depths of the Narrows? The guards do their best to stomp it out, but they are a single boot against 1,000 ants. I do not know how to get there, but someone at the tavern might. Both time and tragedy have rotted the Gullet into a place of filth and crowdedness. Once, we Reparo lived in a fine neck of the city. That time has fallen, and with it, the ruins of our old city under Neketaka. Long before the foreigners swarmed us, A sea quake rumbled our city, and the mountain cratered down. Many cried to Andra, and were swallowed for their efforts. Now the Mataru send us into the ruins of the old city to be punished. Within that pit lies darkness and death. Not silence, but an end.
Takehu, you ever use your abilities to play jokes on anyone?
Ikera, I once sold a water globe to a Mataru priest. It was filled with live fish.
That doesn't sound like much of a joke.
The trick was letting the sculpture break down while he slept with it over his head.
Oh, I'm getting so many ideas right now. How would you feel about betraying the Watcher's trust?
Easily done.
Did you hear that? About the boss?
With my own ears. Dario said there's treasures in that pit.
Shh! Have you lost your wits?
Hey, fresh face. Welcome to the hole. Just got 2 rules, yeah? Keep your hands to yourself, and don't fall in. Need something? Whoa now, fresh face. Ain't bright to go waving that thing around just wherever. I know a Mataru trap when I see one, and I'm not looking to be snared. Keep that what's-it to yourself. All right, Captain Fancy Britches. No need to get your bits in a knot. You'll want to take that medallion over to Delver's Row, the black market. It's all tucked away in that creepy maze on the west end of the gullet. The Narrows. Take a right the first chance you get. Then, keep going forward until you see a merchant stall. Look close. There's a secret hallway behind a curtain there. That's your entrance. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but all the same, you'd best watch yourself in Delver's Row. The crooks there will kill you just as soon as cheat you out of everything you own. If Dario doesn't gut you first. You stick around the gullet long enough, you might find out. The hole's been here so long as there's been a gullet. Though it ain't always been mine. What's a neighborhood without a place to get pissed drunk and lose your pants? Well, it's a bit of a story. See, I rode a whale into port in the middle of a storm. The Juana took one look my way and knew there was no one who could run the hole but me. Of course. What you need? You'll find all kinds in the hole, even some of the competent sort.